Hello everyone, welcome to this wonderful lesson, session 4 of unit 9, the Moon poem, presented to you by teacher Gilbert. And in this session I want to keep it quite simple. Your duty is to do more of the listening, so we're going to try and explore some poem that requires more of your listening so that we can be able to tell the mood, the rhythm, and other poetic techniques that are being used by the author. Now, before we go into the poem itself, here is our main guy who wrote this poem called the Moon poem, Walter de la Mare. Now, before we get into the Moon poem, let's start by asking ourselves something of intriguing interest. What happens to the light as the sun goes down? There's so many words that could go there, and that is why that question is coming up. Some will say the light becomes less. Others might want to use other words like dusky, glowing, there's a beaming. What happens to the colors when the sun is actually going down? There's so many other different colors that actually come up when the sun is going down. How is moonlight different from sunlight? Have you ever tried to go out there and feel the intensity of light produced by the moon and light produced by the sun? Well, if you haven't, it's time to close a bit of your eyes and try to imagine them. Or right now you can even just get out and try to compare the sun and wait for the evening and try to compare the moon. How does the mood change from daytime? How does the mood change from daytime? Between those two different timings, night or evening and night, then morning and daytime, we always have different feelings about the environment where we are in. In the evening you're getting sleepy and less talkative, while in the morning you're getting smiley and are so more into the talkative part of yourself. So, how about our language focus? You will discover that all those kind of feelings that we have are what is being termed here as intensity, or how intense something is, because of the varying or different feelings, mood, and perhaps emotions that we have. The difference in all those is what we call the intensity. But you will discover that all those intensities are things we can be able to describe. And we say that we can only describe things using what we call adjectives. And so, if you're describing things or intensities, the different the different degrees of what we are feeling. Some might be feeling bad, someone might be feeling very bad, and someone might be feeling awfully bad. You see, all those three people are feeling bad, but the degree is not the same. The way they are feeling bad is not the same. And that is what we call the intensity. And we use the adjectives that we call degree of intensity. Adjectives of degree of intensity. So when adjectives describe how intense something is, we call it the degree of intensity. For example, here we have pitch black, then we have what we call black, then there's what we call dark, then dusky, then shady, then shadowy, then dim, then dull, clear, then bright. As a matter of fact, the pitch black had to use white color of letters so that you can be able to tell. Otherwise, if it was black on black, you wouldn't see anything. Same applies to the bright side, which uses dark colors, because if it was white on white, you get the answer. You would not see anything. So, our next step here is to show you. I actually wanted to tease you with this one and see how many of us could get it. But let us see. We have adjectives here and we have to order them according to their intensity, from sunlight to moonlight. If you guessed blazing, then you're very bright. If you guessed burning, then you're even smarter. Then dazzling. Are you about to guess shining, glowing, gleaming, and glimmering? These are the intensities of light, from light then to darkness, because the moonlight comes when it is dark. The sun offers us heat, and that is why it will be blazing hot. So now, with this poem, I want you guys to close your eyes and listen to this poem as I read it. When we are done, we're going to do one simple thing, and that is to change some of the words, and then I will read them out for you. If you don't want to close your eyes, make sure you're in a very quiet place and you can hear every single word and feel the environment around you. Silver. Slowly, silently, now the moon walks the night in her silver sheen. This way and that she peers and sees silver fruit upon silver trees. One by one the casements catch her beams beneath the silvery thatch. Couched in his kennel like a log, with poles of silver sleeps the dog. From their shadowy court the white breasts peep, of doves in silver feathered sleep. A harvest mouse goes scampering by, the silver claws and silver eye, and moveless fish in the water gleam, by silver reeds in the silver stream. Walter Delamere. Okay, so I hope you caught that. Now we have one task of changing every silver thing with something else. with another adjective of our choosing. And here are some of the ones I chose. Silver. Slowly, silently, now the moon walks the night in her orange sheen. This way and that she peers and sees ripe fruit upon green trees. One by one the casements catch her beams beneath the old thatch. Couched in his kennel like a log, with paws of sharp sleeps the dog. From their shadowy court the white birds speak of doves in white feathered sleep. A harvest mouse goes scampering by, with dirty claws and fiery eye, and moveless fish in the water gleam by fresh reeds in a flowing stream. Walter de la Mare.